Death Valley National Park, a long part of the California-Nevada border, is one of the hottest places on Earth, with temperatures regularly topping 120 degrees in the summer months. We headed out to the park with our Lexus GX 470 for a sample of what makes Death Valley such an interesting location. During our trip, the highest we saw was about 115, but that was more than enough for us. Natural, cyclic climate changes over many thousands of years changed the valley from a temperate, lake-filled basin to the arid, sometimes hostile environment it is today. The maximum temperature recorded at Death Valley was 134 degrees back in 1913. In 1922, 136 degrees was recorded in the desert of Libya, making that the all-time hottest recorded temperature on Earth. And over all these years, those numbers haven't been eclipsed or even matched, despite today's worries over global warming. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Death Valley was home to a number of short-lived mining boom towns whose crumbling remains now dot various portions of the park. Attempts to mine gold, silver, copper, and lead met with varying degrees of success, but the most profitable and longest-lasting industry of the valley turned out to be borax mining and processing. The famous 20-mule teams transported the product across the desert to the nearest railroads. Many remains, in varying states of decay, of earlier mining and settlement attempts can be found in and around the Death Valley. A number of structures still stand at Ballarat outside the western edge of the park, but at the town of Skidoo, you won't find much beyond open mine shafts that can make hiking very dangerous. Death Valley is home to the lowest elevations in the Western Hemisphere, at 282 feet below sea level near Badwater. Springs keep mineral-rich waters bubbling to the surface and are home to unique marine and insect life in what is normally the hottest area of the park. Being a valley, the area is ringed by high mountains, which are often snow-capped throughout much of the year. Those mountains also provide sweeping views of the valley below. You'll also find areas of windswept sand dunes and the eroded hillsides of Zabriskie Point, both of which provide changing colors and views as the sun's position changes throughout the day. Accommodations and services can be found at Stovepipe Wells and Furnace Creek, and these can be very busy areas in the cooler winter months. There are also numerous campground facilities throughout the park. During the hotter times, availability of services is limited, but that's when Death Valley's tough climate and steep grades become an ideal proving ground for vehicles. It's not unusual to come upon engineers testing the hot weather capabilities of upcoming models in the remote reaches of the park. Numerous dirt roads, ranging from graded to four-wheel drive only, lead to a variety of geological and man-made points of interest, and can make for very enjoyable exploration, but driving off established roads and trails is strictly prohibited. There's an awful lot more to see in Death Valley National Park than we can possibly show you here, and it can make a great place to spend a few days. If you want peace and quiet, and are willing and able to stand the heat, and you take precautions for yourself and your vehicle, summertime can make for a pleasant visit. For a more agreeable climate, and a less solitary exploration of the park, the cooler months are the best time. Our hot weather trip yielded no unwanted behavior from our Lexus, as we traversed many miles of primitive roads easily and in air-conditioned comfort. The GX470 provided us with sure-footed, solid transport in this tough environment and felt right at home while doing it. It proved to us once again that it's a great blend of luxury SUV and down-and-dirty off-pavement warrior.